I want to tell you one of the moments in the year that we are leaving behind that I felt the most proud was when Maccabi, which is the largest youth movement here in Miami, Zionist youth movement, installed their new authorities for the year, and my son Toby was named the Rosh T'nuah, which means basically the head of Maccabi Tza'ir Miami. And the formal moment, no, that happened months ago. I mean, you can still give an applause, but that happened a couple of months ago. But the moment in which I really felt like, wow, this is powerful, is the moment that for the first time he stood in front of the Mifkad, of the formation of all the youth movement, and said Maccabim Chazak, which is the usual way of saluting the T'nuah, the movement. The chair, the head of the movement says Maccabim Chazak, and everyone replies Chazak veematz. If you have ever been a chanich at Maccabi anywhere in the world, that's the way they do it. Maccabim Chazak, Chazak veematz. What people perhaps don't know is that the word Chazak veematz comes from this week Parsha. At the end of the Torah, we're approaching the end of the Torah, we're 2 weeks from Simchat Torah, and there's a moment in which Moshe is going to crown Joshua as his successor. Moshe is 120 years old. He says at the beginning of the Parsha, I cannot move anymore. Lo uchal od latzet velavo. I cannot go in, I cannot come out. So it's time for me to crown a new leader, and he appoints Yehoshua, and he tells Yehoshua, Chazak veematz. Chazak veematz, our Chumash translates as be strong and resolute. We're going to explore these words in a second, but it becomes a motto for the Jewish people. He's going to say many times in this Parsha Chazak veematz, and then in his turn, Yehoshua, the first book after the end of the Torah, will say also to the whole nation, to the Israelites, as they are about to conquer the first 2 cities of the land of Israel, Jericho and Ai, he is going to say many times, Chizku ve'imtzu, be Chazak and Amatz. Now what's the meaning of Chazak and what's the meaning of Amatz? And why we need both of them? Chazak means being strong. For example, the Torah says, Bechozek yad otzianu Adonai miMitzrayim. God took us out from Egypt with a strong arm. So Chazak is what you need to do one strong effort to pull the Israelites out from Egypt. Amatz doesn't mean strength, means determination, means the ability to sustain that strength for a long period of time. Those of you who work out, those of us who work out, you know, right? There's a difference between having the strength to lift weight and having the ability to do that many times. At the beginning, you may feel very strong. You're going to lift 30, 40 pounds and you say, I can do it. But then when you have to do that 12, 15, 20 times, you realize that there's a difference between being strong and having the ability to keep up with that effort for a long period of time. Amatz in Hebrew means that, means effort. Now, if you translate that to our spiritual life, we are in that time of the year in which we all have the strength. This is the time in which we all say, I'm going to change. I'm determined to change. And you lift that heavy weight and you carry that heavy weight to the synagogue and you come here and you beat your chest and you say, I'm carrying this burden and I can do it. The real challenge starts the day after Yom Kippur. That's the day in which you need to switch from strength into effort. From having the strength to lift the heavy weight into having the determination and the ability to carry that one piece at a time every single day of the year. Now we need both. Because if we don't have the strength, if we don't have that push that we usually get on these days of the year, especially on Yom Kippur, we don't start moving it. But if you don't have the effort and the determination and the discipline to continue do it every day, then everything that you lift on Yom Kippur will be dropped the day after. And that's why for me and everyone who works here and is part of our day-to-day activities, you know that my favorite thing is to come to shul the day after, these days in which we have thousands of people, and to see a minyan. For me, Tuesday was wonderful, Wednesday was amazing, but yesterday morning when I entered into the chapel and I saw 15 people ready to put on their tefillin and to start daily minyan, that's the Amatz. That's the effort. They had the strength the day before, and then they had the Amatz to continue doing it every day. I know we are going to all have the strength this coming Wednesday night and Thursday. This is wishful thinking. I wish I had one more day to write sermons, but it's Wednesday night, Yom Kippur. So we are all going to have the strength. We are all going to be Chazakim. Every Jew is very Chazak on Yom Kippur. The question is if we are going to also be Amatz. If we are also going to have the ability to carry that throughout the year, and whatever we want to transform, to do it one day at a time, so that next year, when we come here and beat our chest on Yom Kippur, we do it for different reasons. We all are going to have transgressions next year. We're all going to have things that need improvement and transformation. The challenge is not to have the same thing the same year, not to have the same thing each and every year. So hopefully we are going to all be like the Maccabim. We are all going to be like Yehoshua, like the Israelites. Chazak veematz. We will have the strength, and then we will have the determination to carry that effort through every single day of the year that we have ahead. Wishing everyone that you be chizku ve'imtzu, and that you have a Shabbat Shalom.